What's up, y'all? It's Des from OnePlus. I'm back with a brand new series for you. We call it the Red Cable Chat. I got my man Spenser Blank here. Spenser, what's going on?
Hey, Des, good to be here, and good to be here for the first Red Cable Chat. Super excited.
First one. You special, man.
Hey, thank you.
Right, for all that don't know, have never seen him, Spenser is the head of PR for OnePlus North America, so we're definitely excited. You want to kind of explain what you do in that space?
Yeah, definitely. So again, my name is Spenser, and I head our PR and communications for the brand in North America, which covers the United States and Canada. So anything regarding how we communicate as a brand to our audiences in both the U.S. and Canada fall under my jurisdiction within OnePlus. So, we work very closely with various different media and content creators, analysts out there. That's kind of, some of the things that I do. I mean, I have a lot of stuff that I do. I think we all do, but,
Right.
Yeah, super excited to be here.
All right, people, don't say Des didn't look out for you. I brought the real deal right here for you. So we're doing it, man. But yeah, let's get right into it. Yeah. So I think we know the hottest thing on the block right now, the foldable phones, the foldable devices, everything. Everybody wants everything to fold now.
That's more information about our foldable.
Right, right.
It's a hot topic right now.
So I mean, I think if you were going to create the perfect foldable device, what does that look like for you?
So let me just put a caveat that if people are coming to this video to get confirmations about OnePlus's new foldable, it's not the place.
I tried.
Not the place.
You saw me try. I tried. I
can just tell you a bit more about my personal point of view on what would be a perfect form factor for the foldable space, given kind of my experience in this industry for a long time. I think the one thing that is what's kind of continuing to be missing a bit, that's not necessarily the sexiest topic that people talk about, but to me it's all about the durability, right? And I think when building the perfect form factor, I think durability still plays a big factor in people's purchasing decisions when buying this device, right? Because it's still a new form factor that many of the manufacturers are just diving into, right? I mean, you have other manufacturers that have been doing it for 5+ years and still not necessarily 100% have figured it out. So I think, there needs to be really good engineering behind the hinge, right, which is that middle part where you get the flat screen capability. But also, when you're having, a bigger screen in the middle and you have a screen in the front, it's about the engineering of the hardware in order for it to be durable as well, right, to be able to last things like rain and the device falling on the floor, right? These are all things that are concerns to people still, and I think to build a perfect form factor for this foldable device, the durability part is super important.
Right. I mean, I think everyone can agree, because I don't know about you, but I get upset when you get the crack of your phone. The phone is not working.
The phone, you have to call customer service,
right?
And it's a whole.
It's nothing worse than a broken phone. It just your whole day is just done. Maybe even week.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the other thing is that this form factor is expensive, right? And that's kind of just the reality at a point, because of the materials that are being used, for these types of more higher end devices. So durability is super important for people, right? If people are gonna spend the money, right, they want to know that they can have some assurance that it's being durable. So for me, like a perfect form factor, that's kind of one of the things that has to go. To really be able to build a good form factor for the foldable Windows.
Well, I just heard you say one of the things, so you sound like you might have a little bit more in the.
Yeah, I think the other thing I personally think is the software.
Okay.
Right. I think you can make the hardware look as beautiful as you can, but at the end of the day, software is probably the second thing besides durability, in my personal point of view, right? Because you're going into two screens, right? You have the main screen, and then you open it up and it's the wider screen, right? So the software optimizations that you have to do for all the apps, right? And you want to have the seamless experience when you're transitioning from one screen to another. Also, things like multitasking is also a big thing that people are looking forward to this device. That means you can have your email open and also be checking your Google Maps, and maybe have another internet browser open as well. Having things going at once is super important for the experience. So the software part, really being able to build on the Android skin and to make a good software for all these devices are coming out by manufacturers is how you can make a perfect foldable phone.
Yeah, no, I hear that. It's football season. I need to be able to have my stats and my game at the same time.
Also the betting.
Yeah, you gotta have the sports betting. I'm trying to make money out here. We got bills to pay. So, no, we like that for sure. So, Spencer, I'm gonna ask you. You already gave us one good answer, but we gotta keep that train rolling.
Keep it going.
If you could change one thing about the phone industry, because you have years of experience in the phone industry, not just OnePlus, like in general. So you've seen a lot. If you can change one thing, or maybe even two things, I don't know, about the phone industry, what would it be?
What about the current state of the phone industry?
Current state, yes, yeah.
Yeah, I think the first thing I would, if we lived in a perfect world, right? I think the one thing I would change is just pricing, right? I just think, the smartphone business as a whole has gone just expensive for the end customer, right?
Almost everybody.
And I'm not even talking about the phone, right? I'm talking about the accessories, talking about your carrier plans as well. It's just part of the kind of increasing costs, right? And I think in my point of view, everyone should have accessibility to a smartphone, right? I think it's super important part of our everyday lives now, and I think to be able to afford any of the higher end devices that are out there today, it costs a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
I think it's one of the things that I personally I would wish that it would change. But I think the other thing that I would say is I think it's interesting to see because I've worked in the mobile industry all around the world, and I think in the U.S. in particular, the discrepancy between Apple and Android is it's so vastly different, right? Also the perceptions of it. Right. I mean, look, I've had an iPhone in the past. I've used other Androids in the past. I used them all, right, in my experience. And so I just wish in this market there was, Android is such a great platform,
right?
And it's, I think I would wish one day that the perceptions of that would change, because I think when people really experience Android, they experience it for the first time. It's great. It's awesome. And I think that's one thing I would love to see change, right, someday.
Right. Well, I tell people all the time, when they ask about like the Android market and everything, I'm like, if you haven't used an Android since 2009, 2010, things have changed. Like things really have changed.
Especially the even the software, right?
Right.
That Android puts out. I think it's a lot of the manufacturers have even like us have be able to put our own skins on it, have made it great for our users and what they want, right? And I think it's just more people need to try Android, right? And I think hopefully that day would come,
right?
And I'm very positive about that, because I think there's a lot going for the Android market space. Right. But I think one thing, again, going back to that question is, I just wish there wasn't so much of difference in opinion between Apple and Android, because they're both two great,
right,
platforms, I guess, right? So I that's the only thing I would wish was just the perception of Android in general.
Yeah, no, I get it. So far, you Apple people, stop being scared to break away from the herd.
Dark side.
All right, the FOMO is getting y'all. It's okay. It's there's more out there. Right? The grass is actually greener over here. So, no, I definitely I get where you're coming from on that standpoint for sure. Yeah. So in the social space, the social sphere, the Twitter, the X's, the Facebook, it's the X. The Instagram comments everywhere. We've been hearing people really want to know if OnePlus is going to do more community events and kind of be in those spaces. Anything you know about that?
I mean, community is a huge part of our brand, right? And it continues to be. So all I'd say is stay tuned, because we've got a lot of cool stuff with our community coming up in the coming months.
Stay tuned. Okay, you heard him. Stay tuned.
And subscribe.
Look, listen to the man. Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe right now. Click that button.
All right, man. We got to keep this theme fun. We got to keep it moving. So I got some trivia for you.
Trivia. Okay.
Trivia. So don't sweat. You'll be okay.
Not sweating just yet.
Okay. We'll see. And to everyone listening and watching, it's the first Red Cable Chat, so we got to do something special. So if you can get this question right, we'll do a giveaway.
All right.
And we'll do a giveaway for OnePlus 11.
Nice. That's a good giveaway.
Something good. So we'll drop those details in the section below. So just make sure to pay attention. But yeah, so trivia question for you. Ready?
Hit me with it.
All right. What was the first OnePlus phone with USB-C?
The first one ever with USB-C.
With USB-C.
It's a very tough question.
OnePlus phone. OnePlus.
If I had to guess, I would probably say around like the OnePlus 6.
Okay.
6T. I feel like that would be a good time for the brand to adopt.
You got to pick up on it.
To pick up on USB-C.
I'm going to reach out. Xavier, what's up? What we got?
The answer is the OnePlus 2.
OnePlus 2.
The OnePlus 2? Really? Is that right?
OnePlus 2. Now, how long ago was OnePlus 2?
Well, about almost 10 years ago. Well, probably around 8 years. Well, 9 years ago.
9, okay.
8 or 9 years ago. Wow.
Okay.
That's a long. I thought that USB-C adoption was a bit later on, but I guess it was 9 years ago. Yeah. I mean, Apple's just doing it now. So, I mean, it's, we've kind of been in this space for quite a long time to do USB-C and Android in general, but I think for OnePlus as well, like also the fast charging that we have as well. So, which we've had for quite a long time. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me actually now thinking about it. That would be all the way back to OnePlus 2.
Okay. Well, OnePlus 2, you heard it.
We're still doing that, Ralph.
Right? We know people want the OnePlus 11. We know people want OnePlus 11.
Sorry to let everyone down for the wrong answer.
You did. We got
you.
You.
Do the giveaway.
We got you. It's OnePlus 11. It's something special. It's Red Cable Chat. We got to do something special. So we'll go ahead and do that giveaway anyway. So again, those details will be below. Make sure to check that out. We'll get you the information.
Awesome.
All right. So man, we can get into these. I got some hot tech talks for you. Hot. What's the series? Hot
take on
tech. Hot takes on tech.
Yeah, say that 5
hot takes on tech. You heard it. We're leaving that in. Hot takes on tech. Okay.
Hot takes on tech. Here we go.
All right. Let's just get into it.
Let's do it.
Fast charging versus wireless charging. What's your thoughts?
I think right now, fast charging.
Okay.
Right. Why? Like wireless charging, I get the point of having it, right? And I think it is important for devices, especially on the premium sites, to have it, right?
I mean, it's also just looks kind of cool when you install your phone over there.
Exactly, but it's also charging at like 15 watts, right?
Yeah.
It's such a low charge, right? And I think, also we're not seeing, in my point of view, we're not seeing a lot of wireless charging being adaptable in most scenarios. Yeah, I mean, pretty much every new car has wireless charging, right? I think that's cool to have it in your car for, when you're on the road and stuff. But I think the fast charging capability is just, it's too cool once you have actually experienced it, right? Especially on our latest OnePlus phone, right? And I think I was, when you have a good battery as well and good performance to help with the algorithm of the battery health, right? I mean, fast charging is better because you don't have to charge it as often. You don't need to rely on where's my next wireless charger going to be, or you know what I mean. And also wireless charging tends to drain your battery a lot, right? Because actually, when most people are using their wireless charging in most scenarios, like you're putting in your car, you're also forgetting to close your apps out, and also your network is also running, through the chipset as well, right? So, adding wireless charging, actually, your battery health is actually being drained a lot in the longer term, in my point of view from what I've seen. So right now, fast charging.
Got you. Where's my? Well, someone say, I really actually like the fact that I never have to worry about battery on this thing. And I'm not even trying to give a commercial right now, but it's like I really don't because
exactly. No, it's like, I mean, and you're plugging that in like if it's out really low.
I plug it in.
That's like what 20-25 minutes, right? Sometimes because I'm not charging my battery at 1%.
Right. Yeah. It's like 13, 28,
20,
whatever. Yeah.
It's like 15-20 minutes to charge my battery and it's 100%. And I
the fast charging is cool because it's again, I plug it up, go do what I got to do real quick. I'm out and I got enough to get me through. So I definitely get where you're coming from with that. So
and hopefully like when the wattage of fast charging increases, as the years go on, I think, wireless charging does have a lot of potential, but I think for now I think being able to have fast charging is definitely better than having wireless charging.
Okay. Well, next one. Are you a widget person or a no widget person?
So one thing I love about Android is just the overall just customization of the software that every individual can do. Right. I think that's one of the coolest things about our phone and Android in general. So I like the widgets. I like being able to use different widgets and customize my layout and all that stuff. But I know there's some people that, they don't like to use the widgets. They're just like the typical standard, stock Android for sure.
I'm definitely one of those. It's kind of a mix for me. Like, not too much. I don't want it too crazy, but certain things kind of hit. This works better with this widget versus just the standard. So yeah, I definitely get that. But okay. This is actually very important to me.
Okay, let's hear it.
Light mode or dark mode?
Oh, dark mode.
Dark mode.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Light mode is just like, it's too bright for my eyes.
It's just like, if you use light mode, you're a psycho. I'm sorry. I gotta put it out there. I'm dark. I mean, my phone is dark mode. X is dark mode. X, Twitter, whatever is dark mode. Everything that could be dark mode is dark mode. It's just it's a vibe.
It is.
I feel like it's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
And it's never too bright. It's never in anybody's way.
Yeah,
So,
especially I live in New York, so like I'm on the subway quite often, right? Like if I'm in light mode, everyone can see what's like on my screen. I mean, there's nothing bad, but like
but still, it's just that weird.
It's like kind of like a bit more discreet when you're using your phone in public.
Oh, absolutely. Like
it's also a vibe though. It's a
vibe. It feels good. And then I'm a privacy screen person, so dark mode plus privacy screen, we're good over here.
Can you even see the screen when it's using?
I don't know if I can, but I know you can't for sure. That's all I know. That's what matters. So, case or no case on the device itself? Case or no case?
Yeah. So I think it goes by case. No pun intended, right? No pun intended.
See what you did there.
I would say it. Sometimes devices, they do have a glossy back to it, right? And sometimes with the glossy back and that material that's used is actually it makes it slippery. So I tend to, sometimes when that happens, I use a case.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes when the design on the back of the phone is so beautiful, you want to show it.
That's part of the reason I bought it.
It's part of the reason why I bought it,
yeah.
right? So, I think, sometimes also, again, case by case, pun intended, I tend to not use a case, right? But, I think a lot of people just use cases nowadays. I think it's that sense of protection on your piece of jewelry.
A little more comfortable dropping it.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Yeah, I will say, you say you live in New York, I'm in Texas, and it's hot. It is hot. Yeah. So in the summer, my hands are sweaty. I gotta have that case because it's gonna slip.
Right.
It's gonna slip.
Yeah, it's that material that's used on the back sometimes.
Right.
That manufacturers do, right? And
right.
I think when you have that it's kind of required to do a case. But then, most people don't buy the clear cases.
Right.
They buy, another color on it, right? So it's just like the phone is made to have this beautiful color to it. You should show that, right?
But they're just like, cover it.
No, we're gonna
cover it. Yeah, because as soon as you walk out that door, when you first bought it or however you ordered it, it's just exactly. That's it. It's on you now. So yeah, I can't blame that. Okay. Well, hot takes on tech. With Spenser.
Yeah.
First round. I'm telling you, man, we're doing something special over here. I'm glad we got Spenser to do it off.
And a raffle for the OnePlus 11. Okay. I'm here for this. If
you're not following us, you're not subscribed.
Yeah, hit that subscribe button.
You're missing out, man.
Yeah, hit that subscribe button.
Hit the subscribe button. Do it. All right. So, again, it's the Red Cable Chat. We're doing things differently. We're trying to showcase things that our followers, subscribers like you haven't seen before. And so one of those things I don't think they've seen is OnePlus React.
So just like us reacting.
React. So I call this section OnePlus Reacts. And we're just going to react to a review that our team picked out for us to see. And so we can react to that, see their thoughts and how we feel about it.
I don't even know which review it is. I'm nervous.
No, me neither. So we're about to see it together. So hopefully we get some good stuff. So go ahead and play that for me.
If you're looking for one of the fastest smartphones around with stellar battery life and the promise of plenty of software updates, the OnePlus 11 is hard to look past, especially given its price of $700 for the base and $800 for the maxed out version with 16 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. You can also find these prices $50 to $100 off depending on where you find them. Actually, right at the start of this video, both phones were actually $50 off on the OnePlus store, but have since gone back up to normal price. So I can't really tell you it's a $650 or $750 phone now, but it's potentially going to be like that when you go to buy one. Its software seems to have improved a bit, but it's still not as polished as we'd like, and the same goes for that camera processing. Other than that though, you won't be disappointed with the OnePlus 11 in mid-2023. That's it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed this one, do leave a like and let us know in the comments what you think of the OnePlus 11. Are you waiting for the OnePlus 12, or do you have an 11 and are perfectly content with it? I've been Ryan Thomas with Android Police. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you later. Cheers.
Okay.
I think what he's said is fair. I'll get to the last.
I was kind of going to say, is that fair? Do we feel like it's a fair?
I think it's fair. I think
okay.
So I think for the first kind of points he's made, like I think first of all for the price for this device is stellar.
Right.
I think you're getting a near all around flagship experience or premium experience for a phone at a really good price point, right? And now because we're quite long into what we call the life cycle of selling a product, it's we're offering some little deals, right? $50 off here on OnePlus.com.
It's not little, right? Because $50 is $50.
Yeah, you're right.
I would happily say $50.
You're totally right. It's not little, right? Or even like Amazon and Best Buy, right? They're all they also offer their deals on those channels as well. So, I think for the next few months, 4 months after after this goes live on our YouTube channel, I think you're even see better deals, right? I think in terms of the software, look, I think there's no matter what manufacturer you go to, there's going to be always just different software updates that will come that will fix different bugs and stuff that's happening on the device. But I think one of the things about the software is that we're continuing to listen to our users and what they really want out of our software. We're trying to make those optimizations over upcoming software updates that we're continuing to push out to not just the OnePlus 11 but to all of our devices as well that are running Oxygen OS.
Yeah. Okay. And well, watching that, you heard him say, that there was some corners cut, but overall you're going to be excited. He said something about the camera process.
Yeah, but
what was your thoughts on that?
I go back to the cutting corners thing.
Okay.
Right? I think for us to get this device at the price it is,
right,
it's not going to be nearly perfect, right? But I think, for the price that you're paying for the OnePlus 11, you're getting a great premium device that is, durable, that has great software, beautiful hardware design. I think some of the other things as well is, he said about the camera optimizations. I think there's some things regarding the zoom that people have, voiced their concern about. So I definitely get that. But I think the OnePlus 11 is definitely our best camera that we've had on our devices.
Yes, I use it.
Absolutely, for sure. Like, I mean, like when I'm with my friends and, some of my friends are iPhone users, like we go we put them together and really see like there is a difference between like, the phones that, the photos that OnePlus takes versus some of the other of our competitors are out there.
Yeah, no, I've used the camera, same thing, that iPhone versus Android. I've taken it to concerts, everything, and it gets good shots in my opinion. So, but what do I know? I'm just the OnePlus guy.
But I think it's, the price point that we've had for this device has made this super successful to sell.
Right.
Because, you're getting everything that you're getting in an over $1,000 phone for the most part, but at $400 to $500 cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, you really can't ask for any more than that, right? Like it's just that's why it's done so well here in North America for sure.
Yeah. So okay, cool. Shout out to Android Police for doing their 6 months.
They're the one that did the review.
Yeah, they're the one that did the review.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So 6 months, right? 6 months. Okay. So 6 month review.
Okay.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
So not too bad. I think we did okay with that.
Review, yeah, or for our reacts.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
I mean, it wasn't theatrical, but
it's the first one.
Yeah,
so that is OnePlus Reacts for you. That's all I got for you, man.
All right.
That's it.
That's
that
the
is
first red cable chat.
First red cable chat.
I'm here for it.
Look, I'm glad you were here for it.
I was.
You really were here for it.
I was physically here for it.
You and I can't think of a better person, man. We really want to do something special for the people, and we figured you would have those real insight.
Yeah,
so,
definitely. I mean, the raffle though. I mean, that's what.
Once we got the raffle, you got to make sure they get a. Got to make sure someone gets an OP11. So again, those details are going to be below. Make sure you check that out. But again, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Looking forward to seeing all the feedback and the comments from our first video.
Right. And so, hey, we're going to do more of these. So make sure, give your suggestions in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Like, subscribe. We're everywhere. You know this. Get to it. Go watch the YouTube videos. It's good stuff. We out of here.